Ho, ho, ho! Welcome back to Warrior Princess Playback. Who's in the mood for a holiday special? Buckle up, nerds, we're doing a Christmas Carol episode. Let's get stuck in! So it's the night before solstice, and mean old King Silvus is sending these people to the poorhouse for not being able to pay their taxes.
You really should have thought of that before you became peasants.
Take them away.
King Silvus has made it illegal to celebrate the winter solstice. Rude.
But sire, today is so...
Yes.
Today is so late. So late.
This man is his clerk, Centocles, who King Silvus is sending to evict the children from a nearby orphanage, even though it's Solstice Eve. Meanwhile, Xena and Gabrielle just rolled into town and they're out solstice shopping, though Xena doesn't really get the point.
Then why don't I just give you 5 dinars and you can buy something that you really like?
This kid grabs Xena's chakram and makes a run for it, which she takes remarkably well.
What's that about?
You stole my chakra.
They follow after him and end up at the local orphanage where the chakram has been put to good use. Oh my gosh, I love it! I need one for my tree! Just then, Centocles busts in and tells the kiddos they're being evicted at midnight if they can't pay 1,000 dinars in taxes. One of the guards with him points out that there are solstice decorations everywhere.
I say, arrest them now.
That's not gonna fly with Xena. She does an epic backflip to grab her chakram from the tree, then throws it to wrap these guards up like a present.
I didn't know you did gift wrapping.
She has many skills.
I have many skills.
I have many skills.
I have many skills. Like I said.
Yeah, I know. You have many skills.
Xena's confused about the whole solstice being a legal thing, so Orphanage Lady explains.
Here, celebrating the winter solstice is a crime.
Gabby asks Centocles,
How could you work for a man who would put orphans on the street on Solstice Eve?
and he says,
I like to eat.
relatable. He goes on to explain that he used to be a toy maker, but King Silvus made that illegal. Gabrielle suddenly realizes why the name Centocles sounds familiar.
When I was a little girl, I had a toy you made.
Centocles explains that Silvus used to be a pretty chill guy, but about 30 years ago his wife suddenly died and he just outlawed the solstice. Now normally when Xena comes up against a tyrant, she punches them in the face, but Gabrielle's decided that instead they need to teach him the meaning of Christmas.
Please, just try it my way. Just this once.
Xena's weak to Gabrielle's puppy eyes, so they decide to give it a go. She sends Gabrielle off to buy supplies and ropes Centocles in to help with the plan.
How do I know you're not an assassin?
Because if I was, he'd be dead already.
Over in the marketplace, Gabrielle sees a donkey being dragged to the tannery and immediately blows all their money on rescuing it. Meanwhile, Xena breaks into the palace to pay King Silvus a visit.
Wake up.
He's like,
Guards, quit!
and she's like,
Change your ways or suffer the consequences.
the guards burst in, so Xena swings out the window, crashing into a room 1 floor down. There she finds a dusty old tree and a portrait of the king with his wife. Then we get some comedy squabbling with Gabrielle and Tobias the donkey. Back in the palace, Xena realizes that Centocles has been tweaking paperwork to shorten people's prison sentences. He's reluctant to help with the plan, but Xena gives him a pep talk.
You're braver than you give yourself credit for.
Back at the orphanage, Gabrielle's busy telling the children the meaning of solstice, and the children share their solstice wishes, I think just to fill in some time. Xena gets back with Centocles and they go over their plan again.
I completely agree with you. The plan fails, we punch faces.
I feel like that could be their motto. Gabrielle introduces Xena to Tobias.
He cost me all of our money, but I couldn't let him go to a tannery. Not on Solstice Eve.
Xena says it's not a problem. They can do a low-budget haunting.
And then hope I can restrain myself long enough to pull it off.
Cut to the plan. Okay, I think you can see where we're going with this. Silvus is going to get visited by 3 spirits, starting with the ghost of Christmas past. Now we get some dialogue just ripped right out of Dickens.
You're nothing but a dream. Probably brought on by indigestion. A fatty piece of beef, a bit of grist.
You may be a bit of undigested beef.
Crumb of mouldy cheese.
A fragment of an underdone potato.
I love how it doesn't occur to him that it's Xena.
For all I can tell, you could be a thief.
Or maybe the woman that already broke into your room once? No? Xena gets into some impressive theatrics here with the help of Centocles. Then takes Silvus down to the creepy goth room where they find Gabrielle cosplaying as his dead wife.
You must forget my death on that Solstice Eve so long ago.
You didn't die. You walked out on me.
Luckily, Xena's already drugged the king and his sleeping potion kicks in before he can ask any more questions. Gabrielle floats back down to Earth and realizes she can't find Centocles, so she and the donkey go looking for him. Meanwhile, Xena does a quick costume change and wakes Silvus up for haunting number 2. This time she makes him dress as a commoner and go outside.
You won't be needing that.
Gabrielle finds Centocles hiding in his house, having run away from the palace guards. She finds all the toys he's been working on in secret, including a lamb just like the one she had when she was little. She concocts a plan for Centocles to go in disguise and hand the toys out to the children at the orphanage from a big sack. Can you see where we're going here? Centocles? Xena and Silvus roll up to the orphanage posing as strangers looking for shelter and are welcomed inside. The kid immediately starts complaining about what a monster the king is.
What kind of king does that to kids on Solstice Eve?
Awkward. Outside, Gabrielle and Centocles arrive just as the guards show up ready for the eviction and decide they need to find another way into the orphanage. Meanwhile, the children sing for their guests. For a while. I don't think we had enough plot to really fill a whole episode with this one. The king gets misty-eyed and asks to be taken home. He doesn't get far though because, as I mentioned, the guards are here for the eviction.
By order of the king.
I am the king.
The guards try to arrest them, but Xena does this. Back inside, the king faints again, and Xena takes off her apparently impenetrable disguise.
Xena, thank the gods it's you!
They take King Silvus to one of the rooms, and Xena notices that Orphanage Lady's necklace looks familiar. A shout in the next room brings Xena running, and look who decided to drop down the chimney.
Down I came! I'm gonna do that every Solstice Eve!
Outside, the guards have fixed the door and are ready to attack! But of course, Xena's ready for them.
Let the games begin.
From here, things get a little bit Home Alone. She throws out some marbles for them to slip on as they run in, and someone has a lot of fun adding the sound effects. Now it's time for some tree decoration throwing stars. Next up, Gabrielle distracts these two by hula hooping, then traps them so Centocles can lob baubles at their heads. Meanwhile, Silvus wakes up to a dark room and a cloaked figure and makes the logical conclusion.
You're the third one.
Then he assumes he's in a tomb and that the cries of pain from the fighting outside is shrieks of the dead. He freaks out and starts swearing he's ready to change his ways.
I can't change.
He runs back into the hall where Xena's ready to sock it to him.
Great stocking stuffers.
There's more guards on the way, but luckily Hercules is here to save the day. Should we give him Smackdown of the Week for that?
Thanks.
Why not? Smackdown of the Week! Then this guy arrives with 2 swords and this happens. The kids get in on the action too with these tiny catapults, and then it's time for the king to get involved and it all turns into a festive pillow fight.
There'll be no evictions here. Not tonight. Not ever.
The cloaked figure emerges and it's the Orphanage Lady, aka his wife Analia.
I heard what you said, and I forgive you with all my heart.
I mean, I kind of figure she must have left him for a reason 30 years ago, but whatever, sure, it's Christmas. With the orphanage saved, Xena and Gabrielle head out of town and bump into a nice couple with a newborn baby. Gabrielle decides to give them Tobias the donkey as a solstice gift.
They seem pretty nice.
Xena gives Gabrielle her solstice present, the same toy lamb she had when she was little.
I don't have a gift for you.
Gabrielle, you are a gift to me.
And they never did a Christmas episode again. I mean, is this a must-watch episode of Xena? No. But hey, they can't all be bangers. I like the silly, campy elements of it. I could have used a little bit less of Xena talking to a donkey and children singing adorably. But when else could we see Xena use the chakram to wrap someone up with a bow or flinging out Christmas tree throwing stars? 2 chakrams out of 5. Thanks so much to everyone who watched my videos this year. I've really loved getting to chat with some of you in the comments. Have a wonderful solstice season, however you choose to celebrate, and I will see you in the new year. Ho, ho!